Good evening. I want to just let you know how honored I am just to be standing here for this privilege to address the citizens of Macon County in this historic election. I mean, it is truly historic. My name is Henderson, and as you know, by virtue of me sitting here at this particular time, I'm one of the candidates for the position of Macon County District Court Judge. Now, I'm not a native of Alabama, and I'm obviously wasn't raised here. Well, it's not obvious, but I was not raised here. I arrived in Tuskegee in 1973 with 2 children, and I had a GED, and I was a transplant from New York City. Most of my life at that point had been, was living in New York City. And I chose Alabama because my father was living here at the time, and that was Dr. George Watts. He was a doctor at the VA hospital. And it was not very easy when I first came here because I didn't have child support and I didn't know how to drive because I always used public transportation. I had to save up for a down payment for a car, and that took a year, but that's okay. Little by little does the job. I look back and I see that there were some characteristics that God gave me that He knew what I was going to have to be. One of them was frugal. I'm very frugal, but He knew that it was going to take me a year to save up for a down payment for a car. And in any event, I worked and got a job on campus, and after a year I decided since I'm on campus I might as well go to college. I had calculated it was going to take me over 8 years to graduate because you can only take 6 hours a semester, and I said, well, that's okay, I'm going to get started. And because I had the ability to, well, I guess I still do, I don't know, but at least at that time I had the ability to really ace tests. So I just simply took a lot of credit by exam. When I felt ready, I would study. When I felt ready, I would take the exam, and I passed. And that is how I was able to graduate in 4 years going part-time. The reason I tell you that is to emphasize that we have a lot of challenges here. There are a lot of problems. We have a lot of challenges. But I look at challenges as an opportunity to go outside the box, to do things a little bit differently. I kind of, as you say, I walk to the beat of a different drum, but that's okay because it has worked for me. And it's worked for the people that I have worked for. I know as one time I was the president of the Bar Association. I'm presently president of the Macon County Bar Association. The first time I was president, Macon County was honored for the first time ever as the Small Bar of the Year. And I did that by using some of the skills that I have to get collaboration, get people to work together. That's one of my skills. You have to know your strengths. One of mine is that I'm a people person and I get people to collaborate with me. I know what people want from court, from the judicial system. They want a fair shake. They want to be treated with respect. Someone I didn't even know approached me after the first forum, and this is new, I've never run for anything. And he said, I've heard about you. And I said, what have you heard? He said, I've heard you're fair. I've heard that you fight for your clients. He's right. I have an inherent knowledge that everybody needs to be treated with dignity and respect, and that is how I do, and I fight for my clients. I work hard, I have a reputation for going above and beyond. I mean, that's ask anybody. I go above and beyond. This morning, I counseled somebody, a young person, and I just fussed at him and told him how he needed to get his act together. His family was so appreciative because his previous attorney hadn't even opened a file for him. But that is how I am. I am fair, and I will fight for you. Macon County, you are my clients, and I will fight for you. Now, if you want equal justice, because I am fair and impartial, if you want equal justice for a unified Macon County, you will vote for Linda Henderson because she is the people person who you can connect with.